What is going on, guys? We are doing spoilers for Bates Motel Norman. Now, this season, the final season, a lot of things are going to be coming together. A lot of deaths are probably going to occur because they're leading up to where Alfred Hitchcock's classic Psycho, but probably a little different and a little bit more flavor, so to speak, because this is a different Norman. There's a different Norman that we see kind of in Psycho. It's more fleshed out, so to speak. But in this episode, what I really liked, I mean, there's a lot of things that happen in this episode. Norman visits Romero because Romero sent somebody to kill him. We see Chic, Opie. He's Opie to me, and then he's also a member of the Titans. We see Chic coming back and making a proposition to Norman. We see Caleb coming back to see Norma, or even at least maybe convince her to stay there because, you know, he left Dylan and Emma, so he left them alone, so he's gonna go check out Norma, but she's not there. Where's Norma? Like, oh well, I guess I'll go stay at another hotel. A lot of great things in this episode. Actually, I really enjoyed this episode. I was very engaged in this episode. I really love the confrontation between Norman and Romero's plan to kind of get out, or like to just basically at least get moved. Just that conversation with Norman and Romero was just really, that's what I was looking for, because Romero wants to kill this little son of a bitch. I think he wants to do it, honestly, if he had any choice, if he gets out, he wants to do it with his own two hands. And Norman is just being a little fucker, you know? He really is a smug son of a bitch, because not only does he play around with Romero and he shows up and tells him, like, I'm still alive, he's even trying to go after a girl that's married, a woman that's married, and the woman who's married to I forgot what was David Davison, you know, in the first episode. He is that's the guy. That's who she's married to, is David Davison. I'm gonna call him David Davison because I forgot his real name. So she you could tell, like Norma said, these women, these troubled women that's not having a perfect life, seem to be drawn to Norman. So Norman likes her. Norman likes this woman that looks like her mom, and he is kind of across the street from her shop having coffee. Oh, she's gonna go get coffee. That's the right time, right moment to have a conversation with her, because she's gonna recognize him, and she does. She recognizes him. She wants to set him up on a date, but Norman's kind of he's playing a smooth motherfucker. Like, Norman is smooth, man. Hey baby, you know, that's cool, but you know, I'm going for you. Like, he's a smooth criminal. He's a smooth operator. He does agree to the date, and then he finds out David Davison is the husband, and I'm pretty sure the husband is screwing the actual chick that the chick tried to set up Norman with, but Norman is really just playing the cards right, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna have an affair with Norman, and I'm pretty sure Norman's gonna take out the husband. Like, that seems like it's destined to happen. But what was the real interesting thing about this episode was Opie himself. Chick comes. Chick's like, I got a business proposition for you. I want you to taxidermy these animals I find so I could sell them. We'll split the profit 50-50. Like, Norman, I'm broke. Okay, I'm broke. I need your help. This and that. And I like Chic. I think Opie does a great job in this role. It's so good. It is a good actor, man. I mean, sometimes it seems like he shouldn't be a good actor, but he actually is. He does play a character, and you kind of get entranced with a lot of things he does. And I really like Chic. Chic's just this weird, crazy kind of guy. And he finds out, like, he knows about Norman. Like, he knows that this dude's fucking crazy. And then at the end of this episode, he really knows that, okay, my suspicions were pretty much on the button. Now, the one thing that I was sad about was Caleb, man. This guy is just he's not having a good day. He's having a John Wick kind of day. First of all, Emma honestly, she kind of runs him out of the place. You know, it's like, you need to go. Like, we love you, but you need to go. Caleb goes back to the one place the only family he has is Norma. He doesn't know what happens to Norma. Remember, Norman didn't tell anybody this, not even Dylan. So Caleb looks for Norma, can't find her. He doesn't know where she is. So he goes to this hotel. He's gonna check into this hotel, and the guy is pretty much saying, like, who are you visiting? Like, what family member are you visiting? Like, Norma. And then the guy just has this, like, oh shit, like, what? And then in the episode, he tells him, like, yeah, Norma's dead. So that's how he finds out. And I was like, oh, that's a sucky way to find out that your sister is dead, and he doesn't really believe it at first, and then he goes to the gravesite, which I don't know where he knew that was, like where. Well, how do you know that was her gravesite where it was? Well, anyway, he goes there and he's so distraught, and you just feel for the guy. I mean, Caleb is not a bad guy. This guy did bad things, but he's not a bad guy. He's like, he's definitely a troubled soul. He's a Bob. He's a La Bamba from Bob, okay? So he's just like, he's distraught. He's going to the bar. He meets Chic. Chic comes over here and he's like kind of taunting him, but then like Chic kind of finds out like, oh shit, you barely found out, huh? And then he's like super pissed and goes to Norman's house and tries to find Norman, and he finds his dead. That's a bad day. Finding your dead sister's corpse, like frozen, and Norman coming back at you and just whacking you on the head. And then Chic is there, and Chic's like, oh shit. And then Norman's famous line goes, well, now you know, Chic, I'm still alive. Crazy, man. That's psycho stuff right there. That's what I love about the series. Is like they flesh out more of the characters. They flesh out Norman and his madness and everything like that, and then they present new characters that makes the story even more interesting. I thought the whole episode was very engaging, very entertaining. It was very creepy with Norman. Like Norman really steals the show, and this is his show, and he steals it. I think the thing I want less of is Norma, because Norma seems to be able to, like, in his head, travel everywhere he goes. He's just like, it makes the death of Norma not too big of a deal from the last season, because she's constantly with him, and I get it. They want to showcase the mental state that Norman is, but it's the pros and cons of the situation, because if you do that and you show a lot of Norma, then it's like, damn, she's somewhat alive. But I guess they tie it up beautifully at the end of this episode, where we're finally seeing that kind of like, as the audience, like the transformation of Norman really cross-dressing and acting like his mother, which is really good. So I guess I won't complain too much about that, because they are doing a good job. I do have a hunch, I do have a prediction of maybe towards the end of this series, is that when Caleb visits Norma's gravesite, you see Norma one side, when she lived, when she died, and all the beautiful words that are on there, but you see Norman's name right beside her. So Norman's going to be buried right next to Norma. I'm thinking that's foreshadowing that Norman will not survive at the end of the series, that he will in fact die, and then we will go back to that gravesite, and we will see the birth and the death and maybe some words. So I think that's definitely foreshadowing that Norman will eventually die. So that's my prediction on that. These characters are going to be put in situations. I think Caleb is good as gone. He's going to die pretty damn soon. And then I just wait for Dylan to find out all this crazy madness and what's going to happen. And I think Chic's going to keep quiet, because honestly, he probably wants Caleb dead because of what he did to him. So great stuff. Really enjoyed this episode. A lot of moving parts, but a lot of craziness that happened towards the end of this episode as well. So fantastic. Thank you guys for listening. I'm Dan Making Dan's Son. You can find more of my reviews on my YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, comment down below. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on Bates Motel. That's my job, is to hear these opinions and me to tell my opinion. But I want to hear your guys' opinion. So until next time, see you guys later.